Everybody, welcome back. So we have a huge box sitting on the table today. Now, this is from a company that I've not really got much from in the past. I think I might have bought a kit from them back in the day. But this is from a company called Max Arms. Now, for those of you that have infields, you know it's very expensive to feed those infields, and I forget what kind of deal they were running around Black Friday, but I want to say I actually bought this before Black Friday. Maybe I got like a $10 or $15 off discount code. I can't remember. Anyway, that being said, they had and still have some HXP 303 British 174 grain FMJ. These are, of course, boxer primed. They are non-corrosive, and they come in 300 round cans, basically. They are also on are in Bandoleers and are on stripper clips. So when you purchase this ammunition, the thing is you'll also get the stripper clips and Bandoleers along with it, something you don't typically get with just any standard 303 British ammo. Now, the other nice part about this, of course, this is Greek manufacturer. It looks like most of it was in the 70s. You'll see photos, possibly description up here in the top left, if I remember to put it back in this video. And it has some really positive reviews from people that have reviewed it on their website. That being said, of course, this is the Greek HXP Pricol, I think is how it's pronounced. And basically 147 grain FMJs, 47 grains ball powder. They do state this is not hermetically sealed, so you got to be careful about that depending on how you store these things. But anyway, let's check it out. I'm probably going to open up one of those so you guys can see what to expect, just to kind of see the condition of the brass casings. I, of course, have a few infields, we'll just say that. But I didn't even say the price. Okay, so the price I got it was like at $209 for 300. Oh, by the way, no tax and free shipping, so that was an excellent deal. In my opinion, that makes it right at 71 cents a round. So pretty affordable, given the times, given the availability of 303. Plus, the added benefit, or the overarching benefit of this, is the fact that it is reloadable 303. So that being said, let's check it out. Let's see what we got in here today. Making sure that I don't have a pesky packing slip sitting in here somewhere to surprise me. And there it is. Okay, well, we're going to have to blur that out now. Let's see if we can get that out of there. Man, they put that right on top. So yeah, I had a $10 discount on this. So anyway, I got basically 900 rounds for $620 at the end of the day. And I've been watching these for a while. I just never bought any. Of course, these are metal tins. They did package it kind of nicely. These things are very heavy. I bet this box probably weighs somewhere to the tune of, I don't even know. I'd venture to say it was something to the effect of probably 50 pounds or more. I'm trying to get these out of here without knocking tons of stuff over on the table. This is going to be fun. Playing musical ammo boxes here. Man, that's heavy. Especially one-handed. Alright, I didn't get the camera this time. Alright. So like I said, this looks like it was manufactured in the 70s. Let's set this around so you guys can see it. Looks like I have two different lots here. I have 1971 and I also have 1973, lot number 27 and 33. I would definitely say that the 1973 probably looks just a little bit worse. It's in these metal tins, of course. Not mistaken, you just kind of grab this handle and rip it open. I really don't want to open it, but for the sake of you guys being able to see what this stuff would actually look like, why not? So let's do it. Man. That is fun to peel open. And it's got paint everywhere now. Man, you can smell the surplus smell. That's for sure. So here we are, guys. There it is on the stripper clips. Of course, it's marked 1973. Looks like some of these might have popped off. Of course, it is all on stripper clips. It's one of the beauty parts about this is you've got the stripper clips with, so you can load your wow, it went blank. So you can load your infills with ease. It looks as though there might be just a little bit of corrosion on here. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Kind of a little bit of a rust coloration. There is a little bit of discoloration on these rounds, but let's pull some of them off here because I believe in you guys being able to, if I don't drop it, you guys being able to see what I'm looking at here. Hopefully that will focus. Of course, you can see that it is just a little tiny amount. I think that's surface rust, but I'm not real sure. These are parkerized. Anyway, it could be a reaction to the brass. I don't know. But these rounds, as you can tell, even being from the 70s, 50 plus years old, look quite good. And look at all the head stamps here. Okay guys, I misspoke. I said these are reloadable. These are crimped. I did not realize these are crimped. So I guess these are not reloadable because they have crimped primers. You might be able to work that out. I think there are methods actually to remove these crimps and be able to reload these with boxer primers. You guys let me know in the comments down below. I've seen conflicting things about that in the past, but the ammo itself looks good. Now we may have to get this out one day and shoot some of it. I'm not really sure. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's good clean ammo that you can shoot out of an infield without fear of corrosion. Without fear of corrosive salts coming from a Berdan primer. You can tell this one has a little bit more discoloration on it. Flip it over, it looks wonderful. How about that? But, you know, honestly guys, that's some nice looking ammo. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain on reloading this type of ammunition with, or these cases that have crimp primers in them. I think you can. I'm not an expert. I'll just be honest. I hope that's the case because I'd really like to use this to reload in the future if I ever shoot it all. But there we have it. That's some pretty good looking ammo if you ask me. Especially for something that's 50 plus years old, not hermetically sealed. You know, let's pull a few more of these out. Let's kind of see what's sitting on the bottom in here. You know, that way you got one from the top, one from the bottom. Gives you a little bit better idea to make an informed decision. Just trying not to cut myself while I'm doing this. God knows I don't need that. Okay, so there's, as you can see in the bottom of this can, it's very shiny. Doesn't look like there was any water intrusion. This is the bandolier that was sitting on the very bottom. So let's just randomly pull a couple of clips out of it with the ammo. Let's check that out. And it looks good. Looks no different from what's on top. So, honestly guys, I think that's some good looking ammo. I have zero concerns about putting this through any of my infields. Like I said, I did not realize that the primers are crimped, but I do believe they can be reloaded. I just got to do some more research on that. I'm not 100% certain. I'm by no means an expert. This is definitely going to be fun to get back in here. Probably save that for after I cut the video off. But anyway, just want to share this with you guys today. Like I said, I picked up or opened up the can that looked the worst, which is the 73. Had a little bit more rust right here and here. I don't see a problem with any of this. I can shake it. I can hear the powder shaking around inside those cases. Yep, nice and free. It's not packed in there. Like I said, the only slight issue I see is the fact that some of these clips have just a little bit of rust looking discoloration, and I don't even know if that's really what that is, because these are Parkerized. But for a 303 or for an infield, I think these will work great. Super happy about this. So big shout out to Max Arms. That was a great deal in my opinion. But anyway, so if you guys have infields, here's a source of ammo. Some nice ammo, relatively clean ammo. You guys can go out and check their place out. You can see their, you know, what people that have bought it and shot it are saying. By all means, definitely go out and reference that before you go out and buy some. And just hopefully this helps you make an informed decision. This is the only place I know of where you can get 303 British like this for this price. I've not seen it any cheaper than that, that's for sure. But anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys today. Good source of it. If you want to get some, definitely reasonable shipping because it costs nothing to ship it, and that was a very heavy box. It's got to be in excess of 50 pounds because you're talking 900 rounds of 303 British here. And not only that, three cans plus M blocks, and I know these don't weigh much, but plus the Bandoleers. But anyway, just wanted to share this with you guys today. As always, big shout out to my subscribers. And by the way, Chris Gosling, if you're watching, sir, I'll try to put some photos of these end blocks, or not end blocks, wow, stripper clips in this video. Maybe you can help me identify them. And you might know a little bit more about this ammunition than I do. But anyway, as always, guys, thank you in advance for all your likes, your shares, your comments. Until next time, you guys have a great day.